around to see if I could.
He spent a frightening night lost on Mount Charleston. How this boy survived the elements coming up. But first, a 2-year-old Valley boy is found wandering the streets alone, and now the question is, where are his parents? Good evening, I'm John Huck. Shelley's off tonight. The 2-year-old boy was found Saturday afternoon, but his parents are still nowhere to be found. A concerned driver noticed the child near Pecos in Washington, and that's where Fox 5's Ryan Schulteis is live with the latest on this case. Ryan.
John, what we know is that the 2-year-old boy was walking down the street right here all alone, no one around, no adults, no parents in sight. When a concerned driver drove by, saw him, he picked him up, put him in the car, and ironically drove him just a few feet down right to Child Protective Services. Imagine the scene. This 2-year-old little boy just wandering alone down the street. No parents, no one at all.
Wow, this is kind of amazing. Here we have a child who was brought to us on Saturday about 1:30 in the afternoon, and we don't know who his parents are.
Someone driving by picked him up.
The person who was driving the car was concerned. There was no adult. The person picked the child up in the car and brought him to us at Child Haven.
So for 2 days, the Department of Family Services did not know who this kid was.
The child's babbling, speaking in 2-year-old language, which means we don't understand anything he's saying.
No one claimed him, but after some tips today, they now know the child's name and who his parents are, but they are still trying to locate the parents. There's obviously a lot of unanswered questions.
We want to sit and talk to the parents and find out what happened. How did this occur? How can we make sure that you and your child are safe and this doesn't happen again? That's our goal.
A child waiting to be reunited with his parents.
This seems to be a really delightful child, I need to tell you. He's active, he's engaged, he's involved. At times he's a little emotional. He's with people he doesn't know. But he seems to be well cared for. His hair is in a braid. He was clean. He seems like a quite delightful child, to tell you the truth.
Now, this 2-year-old boy remains in foster care until his parents can be located. And once they are, depending on what went down out here, they could be facing felony, any kind of charges involving child neglect. We, of course, will keep you posted. Reporting live, Ryan Schulteis, Fox 5 News.
It's a mystery. Thank you, Ryan. And we're learning more tonight about a Henderson boy's remarkable story of how he survived a cold night on Mount Charleston. Fox 5's Ann Lim is live in the studio with more tonight. Ann.
Well, John, James Estes was at a family church camp Saturday morning gathering pine nuts with friends. He decided to take another route and couldn't find his way back, and his search for nuts quickly turned into a search for a 7-year-old boy.
I was most scared when it was nighttime and I didn't have anyone with me.
Yeah. James Estes thought he would never see his family again. His 30-hour journey started near Lee Canyon Saturday morning.
I kept traveling. Each mountain I looked at the top and looked around to see if I could find a road.
Traveling up 5 mountains in 40-degree temperatures, darkness fell and James was all alone. Hundreds of search and rescue teams and church volunteers searched through the night as the little boy slept next to a plant.
It was scary and very cold because a lot of wind came and I was really freezing. I had 2 jackets on.
Sunday morning, helicopters flew above his head. James tried to get their attention.
I started yelling, "Help! Go under the sun and see a waving stick."
But they didn't see him, so he started to hike. Finally, voices.
I went through some wires and I saw them and they're like...
Elementary school, didn't drink any water for 30 hours and he ate pine nuts. And John, besides a few cuts and bruises, he's doing just fine and he goes back to school tomorrow. And just smart boy. He remembered so many details about this story. Just really amazing.
He's got something to talk about in show and tell tomorrow.
I know. I'm sure everyone's watching.
Thank you so much, Ann. Well, there are things you can do to avoid a similar situation when you're enjoying the outdoors. Scouting experts say you should always use the buddy system and keep lights for signaling on hand. But if you do get lost, experts say you should simply stop.
The young man that was up at Mount Charleston went for 10 miles. That's first mistake. Should have, the last place he remembered being seen, he should have stopped closest to there. He probably would have been found within hours.
Another good idea is always have food and water on hand, and if you're setting out on a long hike, make sure someone knows your planned route. A Mormon missionary accused of sexual assault reached a plea deal today. John Misseldine was accused of molesting a 4- and 7-year-old girl at a Mormon church back in 2003. It turns out one of his accusers has a history of making false accusations. So today, Misseldine pled no contest to lesser charges. He was sentenced to 5 years probation and will have to undergo sex offender counseling, but he won't have to serve jail time or register as a sex offender. Metro Police need your help identifying 4 murder suspects. This is video from the Deja Vu Club back on September 3rd. Police say the 4 men got into a fight outside the club and then shot 2 other men, one of whom died. In the video, you can see 3 of the men walk in, followed later by the 4th suspect. If you know who any of them are, call Crime Stoppers at 385-5555. If you got a DMV rebate check in the mail this weekend, you may owe the IRS some cash. The IRS figures of nearly half of us who got a rebate check. About half of us, of course, will owe some money on that. They add that the bill may be no more than a few dollars. Seniors who did not own a car and people who got a check that was more than the registration may have to pay. Now, if you haven't already spent your rebate money, you can donate it to the school district's Rebate to Educate program. All the money donated will go to local education. Checks can be dropped off at any Bank of America, Nevada State Bank, U.S. Bank, or Wells Fargo, and you can also drop it off at any school or the school district office. A local group is pushing to get crossing guards at a Valley school. Members of a local advocacy group called Acorn rallied at the corner of Bruce and Ogden. The goal, to bring attention to the need for crossing guards near Hollingsworth Elementary. Hollingsworth is on a busy 4-way lane thoroughway. Parents in the area say they just want to make sure their kids are going to be safe going to and from the school.
No safety for the kids right now. The cars are speeding too much. They don't stop even if they see the kids crossing. They won't stop.
Acorn members say there has already been at least 2 pedestrian accidents near the school. Las Vegas is searching for a new developer for some major downtown projects. After years of negotiations, talks broke down last week with the current builder over deadlines. Mayor Oscar Goodman wants to build 1 commercial and 2 residential skyscrapers on 61 acres of undeveloped land. He also wants a sports stadium and a new city hall on the site. Overseas, the death toll from Saturday's earthquake in Pakistan could reach 30,000. 8 U.S. helicopters and 3 cargo planes are already in Pakistan, bringing much-needed relief supplies. The U.S. has also pledged up to $50 million in relief and reconstruction aid. Fox's Kim McIntyre with more.
In the midst of the devastation in Pakistan, miraculous stories of survival
Could have actually killed Osama bin Laden, who's thought to be hiding out in Pakistan. A leading counterterrorism expert said today it's possible, but unlikely.
I would suspect, Martha, that he has plenty of contingency plans for any type of scenario that would force him out of.
Idol fever has already hit the valley. We'll take you to the first day of Las Vegas auditions. The good, the bad, and the downright ugly coming up. Winter is still months away, but the first major snowstorm of the year is already pounding the Rockies and crippling Denver. And cleanup in the Gulf Coast continues, but on Capitol Hill, the focus is on how to pay for the reconstruction. All new at 10:30, lawmakers make an about-face on how to pay for that rebuilding.
We're going to take a look at that winter snowstorm that we just showed you there a second ago, because that's actually still tied into our weather here a little bit. I'll show you how that's affecting us. Then I'm going to show you the next system that's coming in from the Pacific that'll affect us later in the forecast. It's coming right up.
Fox 5 News, live in Las Vegas. The only local news live from 7 to 9. Live with breaking news. Live with the news you need. Live with Fox 5 weather 24/7.
And live with big surprises. They're going. Look at this. Again, the Fox 5 team is in the lead. Go, Bill. Andy, you are the only guy to get into NASCAR wearing makeup.
Fox 5 News live in Las Vegas. Weekday morning 7 to 9.
Every great story starts with a great adventure. Introducing the Nissan Pathfinder, the 270 horsepower engine, 3-row seating for 7. Refined interior with GPS navigation and DVD entertainment, and more off-road capability than ever before. Because you can't talk about the mountaintop unless you actually see the mountaintop. Tell better stories in the 7-passenger, 270 horsepower Nissan Pathfinder.
The Las Vegas lifestyle is closer than you think. Welcome to Bella Vita Condominium Homes, just 5 minutes away from the world-famous Las Vegas Strip. It's so easy to own it all. These beautiful condos are going fast, and right now, 1% moves you in. Indulge yourself in the Las Vegas lifestyle. Visit our Performance Home Sales Gallery on Decatur between Flamingo and Tropicana. Bella Vita, it's a beautiful life.
I promise.
I promise. I promise to keep building the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
From Silverado half-ton with a bold new look and a powerful Vortec engine.
To Tahoe, the best-selling full-size SUV with best-in-class fuel economy.
Now get an 06 Silverado half-ton extended cab two-wheel drive work truck for around $20,990 after cash back.
That's the Chevy Total Value Promise, and it starts right here.
See your Southern Nevada Chevy dealer and visit ChevyNevada.com.
At Levitt's Columbus Day Savings Event, get some of the lowest prices of the season. And right now, save 25% or more on living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, kids' rooms, and even mattresses. Savings in every department. Plus, for a limited time, there's no down payment, no interest, and no monthly payments for 2 whole years. Shop Levitt's Columbus Day Savings Event going on now at any of Levitt's 115 showrooms nationwide.
You love it at Levitt's.
And now, another moment with Professor Peoples, brought to you by Peoples Mazda Mitsubishi Kia Isuzu.
If all goes according to my formula, this should be the biggest sale ever!
The professor is correct. Now at Peoples Mazda Mitsubishi Kia Isuzu, you can save like never before. Get a Mazda 3, just $107 per month, or new Mazda 6, $137 per month. Plus, get your gas paid for 1 year on new 2005s. Get to Peoples Mazda Mitsubishi Kia Isuzu now.
Fox 5 News, brought to you by the Fertility Center of Las Vegas.
American Idol fever returned to the Valley today. The final auditions for Idol's next season happen at the Convention Center. Fox 5's Kevin Bollinger has the high notes and the sour ones.
And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on.
Fox producers were looking for a hero in Las Vegas to take the music world by storm. Some took your breath away.
I just gotta get out of this prison cell.
Others took their own breath away.
When I'm riding in my car.
Sebron traveled from Florida to bring down the house.
Come true, boy, didn't.
Las Vegas psychic Bobby May tried to overcome last year's disappointment.
Lying beside you, here in the dark, feeling your heartbeat with mine.
She should have seen it coming.
Mama!
After hours in line for seconds with a producer, they emerged one by one. Some heartbroken.
I don't really know talk.
Others ecstatic.
Yeah, I got it. Oh, cool! I'm so excited. It was really cool.
For those singers talented enough to get through the first 2 rounds with the producers and executive producers, they have Tuesday off. And then the real test going in front of Paula, Randy, and Simon on Wednesday. At the Convention Center, Kevin Bollinger, Fox 5 News.
Well, as you saw, Fox 5 Skip the Line contest winner Elise Branch did make it through the first round, but not the second round. The American Idol premieres in January right here on Fox 5. The Venetian is going blue today, as in the Blue Man Group. An updated version of the wildly popular show opens today in a new 17,000-seat theater at the Hotel Casino. The Blue Man Group is the first permanent. Firefighters in the northwest part of town have a new place to call home. Las Vegas Fire Station 8 on North Mojave near Bonanza now replaces an old station at the city's fire training center. The new $3.7 million facility will have 18 employees, 1 fire engine, and a rescue unit. The fire station opens just in time for National Fire Prevention Week.
Now, Fox 5 weather 24/7.
Well, we just came through a very windy weekend, didn't we? Got pretty blustery out there at times. Now things have calmed down, and it's going to be beautiful around here for the next few days before the next system gets here. And that's what we're going to take a look at tonight, what is heading our way. Here's a look at a live shot right now. That's the Strip. From the stratosphere, 70 degrees out there right now. The winds fairly calm, as they are out in the northeast part of town right now as well. Fairly calm evening in the northeast part of town as well at the moment. Let me show you what the temperatures are going to do here for the remainder of the evening in our Fox 5 Weather 24/7 forecast. We're in the mid-60s now, but by the time midnight rolls around, the numbers will have already brought us back down noticeably here to 61. We're going to bottom out in the mid-50s, and by the time 9 o'clock rolls around tomorrow morning, we're back up to 61 degrees. So here's why we were so cool today. We didn't even really warm up a whole lot from where we have been over the past few days, and this system right here is the one that brought us the winds over the weekend. It's the one that's bringing a lot of snow into parts of Colorado right now. Denver, but more noticeably out on the plains east of Denver. And we're actually going to show you some pretty amazing video coming up in the next half hour of this storm and what it's doing. But this is the one that made us windy. It's still the same system that's keeping the cool air around. This is why we're in the mid-60s right now, because we're sitting on the backside of that system, which is still rotating the atmosphere counterclockwise. That means it's grabbing the cool air from up here and throwing it our way. By tomorrow, it starts to move out of the neighborhood. So we're going to start to warm up. We're going to lose the breeze entirely, and we stay calm and warm until we get to about Saturday. Then that's when the next system's going to get here. Warmer and calmer tomorrow. We get up to 81. Here's what happens up on the mountain tomorrow with a few high clouds passing through. We'll get down to 42 degrees by 7 a.m., but we're already close to 60 by noon and 43 by the time 6 o'clock rolls around. And in the Fox 5 Weather 24/7 day forecast, there's that next system that comes in for the weekend. We're going to get breezy again. We could get windy. It's just a little too early right now to really nail this system down. But it's fall, and we get windy around here in the fall when we have systems come through that look a lot like this one for the weekend. So right now we're calling it breezy. Stay tuned. We'll keep you updated on it. But before we get to Saturday, great looking week ahead.
Beautiful week.
Yeah, upper 80s, calm, sunshine.
Excellent. Thank you, Darren.
Yeah.
They're not as prestigious, definitely not as socially acceptable, but the Ig Nobel Awards are grabbing attention. Find out about the discoveries and inventions that won top honors ahead. And coming up, an update on 3 New Orleans police officers accused of beating an elderly man. More on their day in court just ahead.
Don't leave home without Fox 5 News. Turn to K-News 970 AM for Fox 5 News at 10. Broadcast live weeknights at 10. Closed captioning of Fox 5 News is sponsored by Centex Homes.
On the bus go wah, 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 all through town. The mommies on the bus go Hello?
Mr. Brown, this is your BMW service advisor. Would you like to schedule an oil change?
How did you know I needed an oil change?
Your car called and told me.
What else did it tell you?
That's it.
Great.
Teleservice from BMW. The first car smart enough to call when you need service. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Without faith, there can be no future.
It has fallen to us to defend Jerusalem.
From Ridley Scott, director of Gladiator. Kingdom of Heaven. Own the DVD tomorrow.
I promise.
I promise.
I promise to keep building the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
From Silverado half-ton with a bold new look and a powerful 4-tech engine.
The Tahoe, the best-selling full-size SUV with best-in-class fuel economy.
Now get an 06 Silverado half-ton extended cab two-wheel drive work truck for around $20,990 after cash back.
That's the Chevy Total Value Promise, and it starts right here.
See your Southern Nevada Chevy dealer and visit ChevyNevada.com.
On it.
Oh, sorry. I used all of his change for the new 99-cent KFC Ultimate Cheese Snacker.
KFC Snackers now come with cheese?
And they're still only 99 cents?
All right! 99.
Looks like we got a snacker backer here.
Introducing the new Ultimate Cheese Snacker from KFC. 100% chicken breast, smothered in a blend of cheddar and Swiss, topped with crisp lettuce, freshly prepared on a sesame seed bun. The new Ultimate Cheese Snacker, only 99 cents. Now your dollar goes further at KFC.
Annual Florid event. We're taking 20% off all special order rugs and wood floors and 10% off all installed carpet. Get huge savings on Pergo and Swiftlock premium laminate flooring. Best of all, we guarantee installation on selected flooring. We'll even meet or beat any retailer's total install price. But hurry, Lowe's special Florid event won't last forever.
Applebee's new Italian style is here.
Mambo Italiano.
Something tasty's going on. Oh, Applebee's will thrill you with some food right off the grill.
With so much Italian flavor, Applebee's Italian style will make your taste buds dance.
Hey, Mambo, Mambo Italiano, don't be slow, 'cause soon it will be gonna. New Italian dishes that are Applebee's delicious.
Eating good in the neighborhood.
They're gonna love you.
This holiday season, she's meeting his parents.
She is a fine woman.
You stick a silver spoon up any monkey's butt, it's bound to go please and thank you.
Meeting his brother.
You have a freak flag. You just don't fly it.
And meeting her match.
I don't care whether you like me or not.
Oh, of course you do.
The Family Stone. Rated PG-13. November 11th only in theaters.
CBS Wednesday.
Did you feel that?
Welcome to New York.
This wasn't a Kodak moment gone bad.
And what caused the death of a debutante.
She may look like Cinderella, but the shoe doesn't fit.
Plus, a CSI rookie joins the team.
What do they feed you there in Montana?
A new CSI New York, CBS Wednesday.
If you've never seen TV's #1 reality show, Survivor, if you've only heard about it, now's the perfect time to get into the toughest.
The water really taking its toll.
Most exciting and best Survivor ever. Catch a new episode of Survivor Guatemala, CBS Thursday.
CBS is #1 on Friday nights. This music contains an extraterrestrial message.
Someone mixed it in with the dance beats.
That could threaten everyone.
We've got to contain this.
Fight collateral damage.
That's right.
What are we supposed to do? Nuke Miami?
Something like that.
A new threshold, then.
Mom?
One FBI agent will...
His doctor won the Ig Nobel Prize for Nutrition. He photographed and analyzed every meal he's eaten for 34 years and counting. Real Nobel Prize winners like Jimmy Carter may get all the glory, but even a Nobel laureate can't afford to oversleep. Ginny Most, New York.
This year's Literature Prize went to the anonymous creators of the Nigerian email scam. The awards were established in 1991 to highlight bizarre research. Officials in the Gulf are ready to rebuild, but many leaders on Capitol Hill are wondering how to pay the bill. The latest on the recovery efforts and new thoughts on repealing tax cuts. Their parents say they did it for their own good. Coming up, the latest in the case against the parents accused of keeping their kids locked in cages. Japanese engineers have just made aeronautical history, and this is the flight you want if you have a need for speed. Details coming up after the break.
Monsieur, bow tie?
The 265 horsepower Nissan Maxima.
Life is not as simple as it used to be. Life schedules dinner between basketball practice and piano lessons. Life has postponed lunch hour indefinitely. Life is changing. At Vons, we're changing too. We think you deserve quality, whether it's at a table, a desk, a car seat. Not just ingredients for meals, ingredients for life. Vons.
It's a different world when you've got a Hemi. Charger unleashed. Now get the Dodge Advantage, including $500 bonus cash allowance that gets you a 2006 Charger for under 26 grand.
Hey Dad, did you know Kraft American Singles have double the calcium and many other American slices to help me have strong bones and teeth when I grow up?
Just don't grow up too fast.
Kraft American Singles, double the calcium, now with vitamin D.
Queen of the red carpet, Joan Rivers, is here, sharing her secrets to lifelong success. Plus, hip-hop mogul Russell Simmons tells his real rags-to-riches story. How he turned his life around. Business 101, next, all new Martha.
Tomorrow morning at 9 on Fox 5.
You think about power. You think about space. You think about hauling capacity, towing capacity, versatility, comfort, and rugged reliability. Well, so does Honda. See what happens when great minds think about trucks. Check out the full line of 2006 trucks at your Honda dealer.
The original 10 o'clock news. You're watching Fox 5 News at 10 with John Huck and Shelley Bruner.
President Bush is back in the Gulf Coast tonight. Tonight, he and Mrs. Bush broke bread with state and local leaders. A new question on Capitol Hill remains how to pay for the Reconstruction. House Republicans have done an about-face and are offering $50 billion in tax cuts repeals. Fox's Major Garrett with details.
This year's deficit, $317 billion, the nation's debt.
3 suspended New Orleans police officers pled not guilty to battery charges today. The policemen, along with 2 federal officers, were caught on tape beating a 64-year-old man accused of public intoxication. They're also accused of assaulting a TV news producer who was videotaping the incident.
Looking at the tapes on surface, appears to be somewhat damaging. But again, you have to take that tape and everything else that occurred, along with the witnesses' statements, and to make a full determination of exactly what happened.
A trial date is now set for January 11th. If convicted, the officers face a penalty of up to 6 months in prison and a $300 fine. Evacuees from New Orleans are getting brought higher gas prices. The national average for a gallon of gas is now $2.93. That's about 20 cents more than before Hurricane Rita hit the Gulf Coast. Many of the refineries hit by the storms are gradually resuming production, which should help stabilize prices. Rescue efforts to dig out victims of a massive...
But the search is tonight at 11.